In March 2019, I began placement at Kingston Heath Primary School with a class of prep students. The class consists of 16 students, with 9 speaking English as a second language. The students are also from a range of schooling backgrounds. While some students are above level and are adapting to a schooling environment successfully, many others are far below the level and are in need of extra support. During my time at the school, I observed a great need for differentiation in order to meet the students' individual needs. Over the last few weeks, I have attempted to implement some multimodal activities in order to differentiate learning and encourage the students to participate. My main focus was to make meaningful use of the iPads while also incorporating computers and traditional text. The first tool that I made use of was Reading Eggs. This was used as part of a literacy rotation activity that I designed for the class. The session was made up of 1 hour and there were 3 rotations, allowing 20 minutes for each activity. The activities included Reading Eggs, guided reading, and Starfall on the computers. These activities all fit into the English curriculum for prep. I have found Reading Eggs to be an effective tool for differentiation. Each student has their own Reading Eggs profile that is tailored to their reading ability. Students can play interactive reading games or participate in guided reading lessons on the iPad. Scott states that mobile technology supports teachers in individualizing instruction to accommodate students' unique needs. Because of its highly personalized structure, Reading Eggs is a great example of technology being used to differentiate teaching. I have also found that Reading Eggs is a tool that fosters engagement in the students. As Walker states, learners enjoy the ease of use, the drag and drop facilities, and the game-like nature of these tools. When students are engaged, they are much more likely to learn and absorb information. Additionally, because Reading Eggs can be used at any time, anywhere, and across a range of devices, it is a tool that allows for ubiquitous learning. What this means for teaching and learning is that the traditional educational distinctions of time and space no longer matter. Reading Eggs makes use of formative and summative assessment to gauge each student's progress, and immediate feedback is provided after each activity. Students can keep track of their progress, such as books they have read and tests they have completed through the app. This can also be used by teachers to gain further insight into students' reading progress and adapt their teaching accordingly. I found that the 20-minute rotations were great for preventing restlessness and disengagement in the class. The students seemed to really enjoy each rotation, and because of the game-based nature of Reading Eggs and Starfall, the students were having fun while learning at the same time. By observing the students during the rotations, I was able to develop a deeper understanding of their reading abilities, and this helped me adapt my teaching to meet their learning needs. When I returned to placement after the school holidays, I noticed that the students were struggling with handling their emotions. There were tears at drop-off and fights on and off the playground. I designed a short activity for the students to develop their skills to be able to identify their emotions and how to best respond. First, I read the Feelings book to the students. The story prompted responses from the students, and we conducted a brief discussion about what emotions are, what they look like, and how to deal with them. Then the students were put into pairs and given an iPad to share between them. They were tasked to take pictures of themselves while demonstrating different emotions. The photos were then printed and students used these to create a poster. There was a heading naming their emotion and some text describing what to do when you feel that particular emotion. This activity tied in well with personal and social capability requirements in the Victorian curriculum. The use of the iPads in this activity supports children's abilities to organize and present their new information in engaging ways. Technology can give students the tools they need to bring their ideas to life in ways that were not possible before. This activity allowed ample opportunity for assessment. Students could be assessed on their contribution to the class discussion, and their sentences could be assessed for letter formation, sentence structure, and correct use of punctuation at prep level. Through this investigation, I have learned that when integrating technology into teaching, it needs to be meaningful. Making students complete a worksheet on an iPad doesn't make it any more engaging than if it was on paper. This investigation has certainly changed my perspective on technology and its usefulness in teaching. I've often thought that technology can restrict learning and is more distracting than anything else. But through this investigation, I have learned that when implemented correctly, technology is an amazing tool that allows for inclusion, personalization, and innovation. Going forward, I will endeavour to find ways to incorporate meaningful and effective use of ICT in my teaching.